Saul Goodman.
This comment right here is why Better Call Saul is the show of this century of the world. Better Call Saul is a masterpiece. It's pure art. The shots, the story, the acting, the dialogues, like everything is so exquisite. In such a detail. Like everything they do, everything the creators did for this show has so much effort. They thought about it, you know. They put their whole passion in it, and it shows. I mean, I don't think I can find one flaw with Better Call Saul. Yes, it can be a slow burn at some points, but it pays off. It pays off every time. And right now, in a few hours, we are gonna probably watch the episode of Better Call Saul. Or actually, there have been so many episodes, like the episodes of Better Call Saul, but this will be a very significant one in Saul Goodman's story, namely the Breaking Bad episode that I cannot wait to watch, because what can they do? I mean, with every episode in season 6, and I mean since the beginning from season 1, they have been upping, like they have been getting better and better and better, and it's a very good show. So I started this video with this comment: Walt is the main character of Breaking Bad, but I feel like Saul or Jimmy is the main character of the entire universe, and he is. I mean, people on the internet, I think it was on Twitter or somewhere, were saying like now Breaking Bad feels like a side story. It's still very good, like it's still significant, it's still very well written, made. Breaking Bad is great, amazing. But I mean, when you put in Better Call Saul and you center the whole show obviously around Saul Goodman or Jimmy McGill, it just changes your perspective. Like, actually, you know, this whole thing, it's about Jimmy. It's about Saul Goodman. It's about Better Call Saul, and nobody minds that. I feel like this show became an instant classic with just one episode or the first few episodes. I think that I don't think that Better Call Saul is as big as Breaking Bad, because it's a different taste. It's a very slow burn. It's kind of artsy, but I mean, if you're not watching Better Call Saul, you're missing so much. Like, this show can make you fall in love with law. You might become a lawyer because of it. Who knows? It will make you fall in love with filmmaking, with acting, like with everything. I feel like there is something for every person in this show. You might be a drug dealer, because I mean, that's a joke. It's a joke. But you know what I mean? Yes, it is, you know, for a niche audience. Like, it's not, it doesn't have the general appeal that Breaking Bad had, but if you take enough time, and if you don't mind sometimes the slow pacing or the long shots of people walking or people driving, then I mean, you're really in for a wild ride. So season 6, I mean, whoa. Let's talk about what happened in season 6 so far, the things that really made me go, like, this show has balls. Like, the creators have balls, and I love it, because shows nowadays are kind of, you know, I don't know, safe, and then they are full of this woke agenda. And in Better Call Saul, there's like, it's just a good show, you know. It's none of that. So the first thing I want to talk about is Howard. I mean, that guy, I mean, that poor guy. You know, spoilers alert, obviously, but Howard did not deserve that ending. I've never in particularly liked Howard. I think that many people feel like that. I think that was the attention. Like, you never really cared about Howard. But that ending for him, that gunshot into his head, was savage. And it was so shocking. Like, I think that people that didn't care about Howard, they all cried. We all cried because in I think it was this episode or the previous episodes we got a glimpse into his life, and it's not the best life. And instantly you're like, wait, like I want to know more about Howard, and then he's gone. And that is great storytelling, because you're like, well, nobody's safe. Like we spent 6 seasons with Howard and we don't know anything about him, but we still cared enough for him. And then you have Nacho. I I mean, I guess they have to get rid of all of these characters because they don't appear in Breaking Bad, and it would be kind of silly if they're all like into hiding or something. But Nacho, that was wow. I didn't even know what to say. I did not expect this. I really thought that Mike would come in and save him, like, because he just stood there. He just watched, him uh, basically, ending his life. And it was like, Mike, come on, man. Like, what the hell? Like, Nacho's story is really devastating. It's really sad. Like, he always had doubts about that life, but I feel like he wasn't brave enough, or he was scared, or he cared about his father. If he gave up that life, they would come for him, and these are very valid reasons for him to continue, living that bad life. But man, I don't know. Nacho, rest in peace. That was crazy. That was crazy. And Lalo, I mean, Lalo Salamanca, that's a great villain, but he is a great Better Call Saul villain. At the end of the day, it's Gus Fring who is the Breaking Bad villain, because people were comparing the two of them. And I don't think that you can compare the two of them. I think that they're so different. I think that Lalo is the perfect Better Call Saul villain, and then Gus is the perfect Breaking Bad villain. And in general, the whole universe's villain, main villain. But that whole back and forth between Lalo and Gus Fring was genius. Lalo, when we first meet him, I underestimated him. I thought, okay, who is this clown? But he is. I think that he is just as smart as Gus Fring, but I think that Gus Fring is just, one step ahead. Like he's more analytical, while Lalo is driven by his emotions and feelings. While Gus Fring, as we saw in that bar scene with the sommelier, with the wine guy, like he could never let his feelings and emotions, take the best of him. He always has to analyze everything, and that's why Gus Fring is awesome, and Lalo Salamanca is as well awesome, but in a different way. I really didn't think that they would, end him, but they did, and that was crazy. That was really crazy. And that scene, that shot where we have Howard, who is essentially a good person, next to the baddest of them all, Lalo Salamanca. You have Howard and Lalo next to each other in the grave, and he was like, that's life, that's life for you. Like, at the end of the day, we all go to the same place, and that's getting so depressing. But that is why Better Call Saul is so good. Like, you can take away something for your own life, and I don't know what to say. Like, props to you guys for executing that. That was great, and it was sad, and I was like, what? And so many emotions. And the next, obviously, it's Kim. I mean, I don't know what to say about her. She, in the first seasons, I just didn't care. I didn't pay that much that much attention to her, but I think in the last 2 seasons, she really started to shine brighter than everyone. Rhea Seehorn is a fantastic actor, and I think that they all are fantastic actors. But I think that she really took, the shine from everybody. I think that she is solely deserving of that. She should have won all the Oscars, Emmy, Golden Globes, whatever. But even if she doesn't win, that doesn't matter, because she's a winner in my book. She's great. And I mean, Kim and Jimmy, the whole relationship, I don't think I've ever seen it as a toxic one, because at the end of the day, I mean, you're both grown ups and you decide, what's best for you. But I guess we've never seen the two of them like really vulnerable, so we can decide, is Kim influenced by Jimmy, or it's actually Jimmy influenced by Kim? Like, we don't really know. I think it's really Kim influenced by Jimmy, but as I said, we've never seen them, strip down, their feelings and emotions. And the fact that they are, parting ways, I guess it's necessary, because if they Kim kill all, if they do kill Kim, I mean, it would be fitting for Better Call Saul, but or for the Breaking Bad story afterwards. But I think that Kim is just gonna leave and do her own thing, and just, I think that she just is very traumatized, but we don't really see, we we see that she's, traumatized, but not at that to that point where she's like, no. But you can see it on her face that something is going on, and that she just needs a fresh start. And as much as she enjoys her time with Jimmy and she loves Jimmy, I think that their relationship is so cute. I mean, yeah, they can be. I said it's not a toxic relationship, but it is kind of, because the two of them are crazy, and I mean, crazy and crazy just gets crazier. But the two of them are so supportive of each other, and they have such mutual respect. And Kim has always stood next to Jimmy, where when he's being laughed at or being belittled or all of those things, because most people look down on Jimmy, which is insane, but they do, because I mean, he's his own person, he never backs down. And let's talk about Saul Goodman. As I said, he is who he is. He likes his suits, he likes his style. And I guess at the beginning he tried to be a normal lawyer, a normal person. But, after everybody just looked down on him and just, take him as a joke, he's like, well, fine. Like, why do I need to fit in with you? I'm gonna be my own thing. I'm gonna, be successful without all you people. And that is a great role model. Like, I'm gonna wear what I want. That's why I'm wearing this shirt, because it's in honor of Jimmy. It's crazy. I love it. And the whole Saul Goodman persona, and going forward to Gene Takovic and his very, very different life than Saul Goodman's life. It's a crazy contrast. But obviously he has to, hide so the authorities don't get him, because I mean, the events of Breaking Bad, and even before that, I mean, Better Call Saul. I mean, he has his own, messed up past. And again, to see that contrast, every time they would show us the flash forwards, now I think to myself, how can Jimmy become that? This lousy, sad, depressed person, because Saul Goodman is is an optimist. He always sees a chance to better the situation, and like he will always find a way, a loophole. He's always gonna find something to make everything better, to make his life better, to make the situation better. Like, he is never like someone to just sit there and cry about it. He's always gonna figure out something, and that's why what I love about him. He's not a loser. Like, at the beginning, yeah, they want to. The creators wanted, they showed the perspective of Howard, of Jimmy's brother, and everybody. Like, they look at him and they think, oh my god, a loser. But Jimmy has never been a loser, and I love that about him. Even if everybody are against him, he's like, well, f off. I'm gonna show you, and he showed them. I mean, Howard lost his life, but I mean, Howard, such a sad story. And in that last episode 10, Nippy, you see the sad Gene Takovic, becoming Saul Goodman again, or Jimmy just letting Saul Goodman out again for a little while and see his whole, personality changes, the vibe changes, the atmosphere changes. Like, he's Saul Goodman again, and he enjoys that. He enjoys what he's doing. He enjoys the games that he always starts. He enjoys the dynamic. He enjoys that. And I mean, I don't know, it says a lot about who he is as a person, that, Saul Goodman is not just, an alias. He is Saul Goodman. He is Better Call Saul, and he will always be that. Like, it's not just a pretending, it's not a marketing scheme. It's who he is. And uh, the contrast is insane to see, and it's very good. And Nippy was a great episode, and every episode until now has been great. And now we're going to the Breaking Bad episode, and I think that this is gonna be just as great, if not greater. I don't know what they can do, and I'm excited for that, because you can never figure out what they're gonna do next. Even though we know how, Breaking Bad ends, and we kind of see what's happening in the future, we still don't know what exactly is gonna happen in those 3 last episodes. And that is crazy, and that is what genius is. Like, even if we knew, we would still watch it. I mean, we actually know, but we're still watching it because we want to know more. Because, I mean, by this point, it is evident that Saul Goodman is the main character of the whole universe, and I love it. And I cannot wait to see, what happens next. It's crazy, and I love it. And Better Call Saul, it's the greatest show ever, and I wish it was a bit more appreciated, because I don't know, I feel like I don't know, maybe a lot of people are watching it, but here I'm staring at the Wikipedia. The latest episode was watched by 1.2 million people, and that's not a lot. That's really not a lot. But I mean, now you have Netflix, you have Disney Plus, you have so many things that are competing, are competition um, with AMC and the other television networks. But I think that if this show had come out before the streaming platforms, it would be at least 5 million an episode, and even more, even more. I mean, back in the day, shows were watched by 10, 11, 12 million people. And now with all that competition, I mean, if the show is good, it's still gonna have people watching it. But I don't know, I wish Better Call Saul is a bit more appreciated by the mainstream audience, because it really is a good show. It's a solid, great, amazing, brilliant show. And yeah, I don't know, watch it. Do let me know down below what do you think of Better Call Saul. Are you excited for the Breaking Bad episode? If you've already seen the Breaking Bad episode, do let me know down below what you think of it. I don't care about spoilers. I'm gonna watch it 100 times, even if I know what exactly happens, because it's that great of a show. Do let me know down below your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video. And as always, may the first be with you.